Uno, dos, tres. What's going on here?
Yeah, why don't you introduce our wines, Steve?
Please.
All right, so the thought is it's November, and now is the time that people want to be talking about getting wines for the holidays. So what kind of wine do you get? How do you figure out where to buy and how to buy and what to serve? So I kind of went on my own excursion, and I've always given the advice that really the only thing to do, the only real way to find out whether you like a wine is to taste it.
Of course.
And like I said, I'm having some difficulty with that. So I had to go on my vast knowledge of background and go and actually go shopping for wine. And I went shopping for wine based on my parameters that I like to use for thinking about the holidays.
Okay.
And I haven't tasted these wines. I have no idea if they're any good.
So you have no experience with these bottles of wines?
No, specifically these bottles I have not tasted.
Ooh, so
I've
this is
gone
gonna be
on.
fun. Okay.
I've gone on some reputation of the vineyards and the regions, and
Well, we are talking holiday.
Holiday.
So
Absolutely.
What about Thanksgiving holiday?
Yeah, we got Thanksgiving in there. You're going to have during the holidays. One of the things that you have to be concerned about is what are you going to eat when you're just buying a bottle of wine. You want to give some serious consideration to what you're going to have with it. I've chosen some good food wines.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that most people that want to go for Cabernet Sauvignon or Bordeaux, Merlot blend, Cabernet and Merlot blend is kind of a Bordeaux style wine, or a Malbec. But these wines are really good with steak, beef, lamb. But that's not what you're going to have all the time.
Correct.
Frankly, those wines will conflict with cranberry sauce and with some of the sweet potato, especially if you put those silly little marshmallows in the sweet potatoes.
Which I don't.
But those sweet things don't go well with the wines that have high tannins. And the tannin is that like dry flavor in the back of your mouth that you kind of get with the wines. So the wines that you want to get that go with more of these sauces and sweet accompaniments are really, you want them to be low in tannin, first of all.
So the tannin works with the meat?
Tannin works with beef and lamb. But it doesn't work well with sweet sauces.
Okay.
Which, you're always going to get something, especially on Thanksgiving.
Of course.
Right.
Thanksgiving is always the what am I going to have with it? But there really are a lot of choices.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off with a white wine for Thanksgiving. My favorite white wine, so that's why I bought it, is Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand.
Okay.
Now, see, one of the things that we always kind of focus on is we all know Cabernet Sauvignon, but Cabernet Sauvignon that comes from Lodi, California, or that comes from Saint Stephen, France, or some other region, they all taste differently. The wine is going to taste different from different regions. So a lot of people would say wine has a sense of taste.
Okay.
Excuse me. Wine has a sense of place.
Okay.
The geography is really what you need to focus on. When you start to understand a wine that you like, Sauvignon Blanc from Marlborough, New Zealand is almost always
it's
a winner.
Every time.
For me. Now, what I like about it is that it goes well. It goes well with food. But the people who say, I don't like white wine, well, there are about 50 different varieties of white wine that you could choose from. It's the Chardonnay that I suspect that is what they really don't like. I serve this kind of wine, the Sauvignon Blanc, to friends who say, I don't like wine. And they say, oh, well, this is good. This is different.
Right.